Another little fella goes, "He's in our bathroom." Everybody's like, "What?" So the silence fell over the room. So finally the Sunday school teacher said, "What do you mean that he's in your bathroom?" He says, "Well, every morning my father gets up and bangs on the bathroom door yelling, 'Jesus Christ, are you still in there?'" Okay. Move on here. We have a special tribute that we're going to do, Lori and I. And we hope it's going to be a surprise.
Thank you so much, Judy. I really appreciate your remarks. You gave us a lot to think about as we prepare for April 5th. Tonight, we have an honor and a privilege to present this part of tonight's program, a tribute to Kathy Hughes and Sandy Baytops for their tireless Please, pretty please. When the retired sheriff gives you a chair, you have to sit in it, okay? I'm a little nervous presenting with Stanley Clark. We all know that he is a master at being the master of ceremonies. And we all know, as we have already witnessed tonight, that Stanley has a lot of jokes to tell. Even though some of them might be just a little bit corny, sorry. They're dad jokes. I can't tell jokes because, first of all, I can't remember the punchline, or when I get to the punchline, I'm laughing so hard at myself and with myself that nobody can understand a word I say. So Larry Lennon said to me, "Lori, please don't try to tell jokes." So I don't. But here's something I learned. Even when he's being serious, Stanley Clark is funny. At one of our core planning team meetings, I asked Stanley, I said, "Stanley," and then I hesitated because he's the retired sheriff. And I said, "Is it okay if I call you Stanley?" He took a deep breath, which was very dramatic. And his response was, "Sure, you can call me Stanley. I've been called a lot worse." So now I call you Stanley. Sometimes amazing things happen without being planned. And that's actually how OperationsInAsMuch came to Essex County. I hope you all didn't know that we were doing this tonight, but I had a conversation with Kathy the other day, and I tried to be coy, which I'm not very good at. And I said, "Could you just tell me a little bit about how this whole thing got started? And please correct me if I am wrong." But Kathy was attending a funeral at an out-of-town church and noticed a sign on the bulletin board at that church about OperationsInAsMuch. That led Kathy Hughes to do research, and the rest is history, or her story. I call these incidents God winks, and so I am so incredibly thankful that God winks at me all the time, and this was an amazing God wink. Kathy and Sandy are champions for others, and they do not even have to know who the others are. They have been angels to many and have done so many deeds behind the scenes. They have demonstrated repeatedly that where there is purpose, there's a path. And they have led us on this path for 15 years. I love quotes. And Mandy Hale said, quote, "There is nothing more beautiful than someone who goes out of their way to make life beautiful for others." And that is what Kathy and Sandy have done for 15 years. So Wanda and I would never, ever, ever answer if somebody said, good luck filling their shoes, because there's no way we can fill their shoes. I think Sandy, what size do you wear anyhow? They're pretty big, okay? So we were asked to serve as the interim co-leaders for 2025. These two incredibly generous women gave us more than we needed. All of their records, copies of everything, volumes of stuff to lead us so we can lead this year. They have done it with grit, with grace, and with gratitude. And thank you for showing us how to live with grit, grace, and gratitude. Because David Crocker has gotten to know these ladies quite well, and I got to meet him last summer, which is pretty cool, and I reached out to him and I told him what we're going to do tonight to honor these two ladies. And I waited too long to invite him, so he couldn't be here, but he did tell me to say this. Here is what I would say to Kathy and Sandy if I were there. Kathy and Sandy, you all are two of my heroes, and not just because of your steadfast utilization of the InAsMuch model in Tappahannock, but because you have established a norm in your community of serving others. I know of I have goosebumps just reading this, and I've read it before. I know of no other community where this is the case. Because of your leadership, Tappahannock is a place of service today. Many of your neighbors have experienced, either by serving themselves or being served, that serving others is a way of life in your community. I especially commend your perseverance in leading InAsMuch for all these years. I know of other places that began a community-wide day of service only to abandon it after a short time because there wasn't adequate leadership. So you will understand when I say the Tappahannock InAsMuch is the poster child of community-wide serving. Thank you for your years of faithfulness and hard work. In the words of the Master, well done, good and faithful servants. That's from David, and it's beautiful. Uh-oh, they're whispering up there. So the cupcake had a message. Wanda, what'd they say?
Happy and safe. Operation InAsMuch, please. We love you and we thank you for all that you've done for us. That's a mic drop.
I'm going to give these to you to present to our two queens. Okay, Kathy said she doesn't do things on her head, so she can have her crown on her lap. There you
You
go.
can put them on M's
It's your
head.
choice.
Put them on M's head.
That's sweet. Thank you so much. You have to know that none of this could happen without all of these people. Absolutely, without these people here who followed what we tried to start. So we're really appreciative of everybody.
Take it off.
Over those many years.
I just talked
No, you have to put it up here. Okay,
I just talked about the beginning of Operation InAsMuch. Stanley's going to talk about Operation InAsMuch through the years.
I know the first meeting we had was up at the Seventh-day Adventist building when David Crocker came to Tappahannock. And I'm like, who's this guy, David Crocker? I thought it was Betty Crocker's brother or something. So he came with this great idea how they did this operation in as much down south and all that. And I'm sitting there thinking, I wonder if we're gonna pull this off here. Because people don't like to get outside of their own sandbox, you know, they want to stay and play in their own box. So Kathy and Sandy and Silas kept working at it, finally got it together. And it had a great success. It's been continued success. It's changed this community. It's brought all congregations, races, everything together as you look around tonight. We're all in here mixed pretty well, getting along and everything, and that's what we need more of in this world in general. So we couldn't give you a check because we couldn't write one big enough for all that you two have done. We made some changes down through the years as we went along, and everybody was still speaking and talking to each other after the changes, so that's a good thing. So nothing else, we learned how to get along with one another and appreciate each other's talents and things that we can do. But I don't think anybody else does it like we do it here. So if we have our own little secret here, it works for us, and hopefully other people will catch on. Because in these times we're in, we definitely need unity, getting along, working together, sharing ideas. Like I said, it's made a difference in Essex County. Because I remember how Essex County was some years ago, and it wasn't like this. So if nothing else, we succeeded right here. So ladies, thank y'all, and the two ladies that are at the wheel, good luck and keep up the good work.
Yes. Thank you.
So, you're not going anywhere quite yet, okay? I know, you're trying to like sneak out. A lot has happened already in 2025, and a lot of people have been noted as being heroes for their good deeds and taking care of others. I think we have two sheroes here. So, two female heroes. One of my heroes is Maya Angelou, and she said, "I think a hero is any person really intent on making a better place for all people." And you have done that. We thank you. We know that you could not do this without your spouses. So we would like to recognize and have them come up and join you, okay? Em and Larry, please join Kathy and Sandy so that we can say thank you to you all also. Pardon me? I'm sure. Oh my gosh, you all should have seen that look today, pointed in this direction. So we have some gifts for the gentlemen as well as some gifts for the ladies. So, please hold that so it doesn't drop again. Okay. So first of all, because I really wanted this to be like the Academy Awards or Miss America, I mean, you know, we can pretend anything. We have you can give it to your girl. You can pretend that it's Valentine's. That is like the Academy Awards. This is for you. Okay, we have a present for you. Okay, and we have a gift for you and a gift for you. And believe me, these are just small tokens of our appreciation. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of our full hearts. You have filled our hearts.
Well, you know, guys, if you take good care of those roses, you might can make it to Valentine's Day. Save you some money.
Kathy and Sandy, would you like to say something? You don't have to, but if you'd like to, this is your chance.
I'll just make it.
I know you would. I just knew you would.
No, she didn't say
I just
something.
want to thank you and Rhonda, first of all, for stepping up and agreeing to do this.
Yes.
Because one of the things that we pondered was, we did not want to see this not continue.
Right.
And I probably held on a little longer than I should have.
Me too.
But thank you, thank you all too, because I see some of the same faces that have been here since day one. And you don't know how much that means personally, that we have people that we can count on. And just, because we can't do it by ourselves, it takes everybody. This is a huge effort. And the way you all have come back year after year, not everybody has been here, but new people, we've had new people each year to come on board too, so we appreciate every last one of you.
But Sandy and I would say, do you think so-and-so's gonna do it again? And we hold our breath and we
Call.
say yes.
And we'd be like,
I just can't imagine, volunteerism is
Yeah.
very difficult thing.
and we took the nose very hard too. Kathy and I would commiserate when people couldn't no longer, but we understood that, but you know.
And I think one thing that has worked is that we were the sounding board for each other, so that when Sandy was down and fussing, calm her down. And I remember one time going across the lawn being really angry about something, Sandy says, let it go, let it go. So, we were peaceful for each other, which is good.
Many midnight phone calls.
Yeah. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you
all
all.
of you.
Husbands, come on up for us real quick. Photo op. Am I following orders? Okay.
Our local newspaper was kind enough to send somebody tonight because this